I'm not a furry. I'm not a furry. I'm not a furry.
Hello, hello. Are we here? I think I'm here. Sorry if you can't hear me. I hope you can. I am viciously unprepared for today's stream. Just to let you know, I've not even set the camera. But you can have me as ASMR in the meantime. I just took a very hot shower and I'm on my period, so also with the thing going on with my heart rate, I nearly passed out. So I took a few minutes and I was able to recover. And now I'm sat quite comfortably in my writing chair, but unprepared. Unprepared, ladies and gentlemen, unprepared. Chosen to come to cabinet unprepared. There I am. Click on me. You can view me back. Hey Christian, how you doing? How's you? Hubby! Hey Lady Magora. Lady Magora and husband. How you doing? My wifey! Oh, you guys are the sweetest. You guys are the sweetest little beans. Husband! These guys are so sweet. I was just saying, with this weird blood pressure heart rate thing going on, and I'm currently on my monthly cycle, I had a really hot shower just now, and got a bit faint, so I apologise for being late. I was taking a few deep breaths and just making sure that I stayed on this plane of existence. I haven't set up the camera yet, but I am here. I am here. Too many have some drunk German football fans this afternoon. Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that. Are the German fans alright? How are they? I suppose any drunk football fan's bad, but you know. Same news! Hey, we're synced up! Uh-oh, yeah. So I might do a quick... I need to log my blood pressure readings, but I might do a quick unofficial one before I start streaming, to make sure I'm not in some crisis. And I should be alright. A little thing that holds the cameras, clip into the desk. Am I undoing it or doing it in? Would help if I screwed it the right way. But I just can't. Oh, Lady Magora, how big was he? Did you bring him home when he was an adult or when he was a kitten? I don't actually know that. I'm ashamed to say. Johnny, how you doing? I was just saying to everyone I had a weird episode, nearly passed out, so I spent a few minutes taking some deep breaths, which is why I'm late and not set up anything. So I'm just setting up the camera right now, and you can have me as a voice until I do that. Because this camera stand itself can be a bit... Aw, Johnny! That's Lord Woman. Oh, thank you so much for those biddies. I'll get them off the floor when I next pass out. Absolutely. Thank you. Alright, there we go. That's all. Are we good? Oh, my desk still has the cleaner on it, so it's a bit wet. But you can now hopefully see me. Let's have a look. Why is my camera not doing the thing? That's fine, I'll just make a new one. Video capture device. There it is. There we are. Take the little safety shield off. Hey, there's me. Wait for it to focus. There we go. Hi. Hi, everybody. Connor! Oh, hi, Connor. How are you doing? I saw your message in Discord. Sounds rough. I'd rather not want to encounter them. Yeah, that's fair, Christian. Absolutely. He was an adult already. He was 3.5. I mean, that's a baby, but not a kitten. I know what you mean. You have to take care of yourself. No, it's because, okay, so I ate food because I'm trying to take care of myself, but then I instantly stood up and went to take a shower, which was a bad decision because I think all my blood was in my stomach trying to digest the food that I just ate. And so I got a bit silly. I got a bit silly and I had to go sit down until I stopped being silly. Julie, do the thing! Yes, Lady Megora. Julie, do the thing! I'm afraid there's no more things to do, sir. We'll get our prompt up as well. I've still not done that. Do you know what? We're all over the place today. Bear with. We have... I need to find my little text box. There we are. Prompt. Oh. On a desert island. And of course, everything has been pushed to the back because of this. Hang on. It's almost like if I show up 13 minutes late, I'm not prepared. There we go. Stranded on a desert island. There we go. That will do. That will do. Whew. Care of people who don't feel well. Starts fake sneezing. Box of tissues in hand like I'm a good trained rat. Oh, Lady Megora, you are so lovely. I'm just about surviving. Oh, Connor, what happened? Which is good because we're stuck on an island. Exactly. It's on theme. Deserted. You're right. You're right, and you should say it. On a... That's how you spell it. Deserted. Deserted. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that fits better too. Smash. Smash! How are we all doing tonight? Oi! Hey, Bubba Dog! Big changes in Bubbaland. Ooh, tell me more, Bubba. Claw mark behind sometimes. Christian? In my Christian Minecraft server? Couldn't be us. Oh my goodness. Right. I will need to take my blood pressure again in an hour. Okay. Stranded on a deserted island. Let me think. Oh, I never put on the lo-fi either. Gotta have some lo-fi on. How are we supposed to live, laugh, write in these conditions? Oh, well done, Johnny! On the 10-stream streak. Well done! Ran around after a learner that was banging a long item against the wall 5 minutes later to show me it was a stick. Right? Brilliant. That is minutes of your day that you're never going to get back. Love that for you. Right, there's our lo-fi. Fabulous. So far out of my comfort zone. What did you do? And I'm not only talking about the stream. Oh, really? You did stream? Oh, nice. This week or last week? Oh, brilliant. So it's turned up super quick. Oh, Connor, I'm so sorry. I'm throwing up at the same time. You know, anxiety can do that to your gastric system. And it feels awful. Against my current living conditions. Let's go, Bubba! Trying to move to my mother's permanently. Well done, Bubba. You're taking control. Feet are throbbing, I bet, Johnny. I bet. can see. Might bring you in a bit closer to the page. Yeah, that way you can see what I'm writing. Next week's gonna be hard, so you'll support me real hard, okay? Abso-friggin-lutely, Bubba, we got you. Help is on the way, dear! Absolutely. This is essentially who, what, where, why, when, how. Stranded. Alone? Do you know, I had a ghost story which might do this. I had a ghost story written out which didn't have a setting. A deserted island would be a good setting for a ghost story. I'd have to find the darn ghost story though. Forks, I was already on the toilet. Weirdest feeling ever. Oh yeah, no. So when I had this awful gastritis, I, you know, head in the bucket, sat on the toilet. It was horrible. I have every sympathy with you, where you're just shaking and you just really want it to stop. It's one of the most awful feelings up there. I'd say that it was worse than the cyst bursting, was the aftermath. I have every sympathy with you, Conan. Do you have any medicine for it? Statfire is brilliant. Long live the late legend Robin Williams. Long live Robin Williams. Now I'm going back to Jinx. All good, Bubba. Brings me my new profile picture. No worries, Bubba. You enjoy your time with Jinx. Stranded, alone, deserted. Where? Why deserted? Is it undiscovered? Do you know, you could do something like Squid Game, where it's on there's this deserted island, but it's got technology on it or something. That could be good. Haven't took anything, I'm afraid to eat or drink. So, I would recommend, if you can get it, a Metrazole. It just calms your stomach down. And I would also recommend just having a spoonful of brown rice with lots of water. What an amazing evening. You too, Bubba! 1, plot out this new novel idea with this prompt. 2, work on main project because I need a few more chapters. Brilliant, Lady Magora. Do you know, I'm actually taking a week off of my main project at the moment. I started to realise that certain other parts of what I do online were starting to be neglected because of it, so I'm taking a week off to catch up. Deserted, as in abandoned? Do you know, I really like the idea of somebody being on a deserted island and discovering some sort of technology that shouldn't be there. I like that. Let me put sci-fi. That's an idea. To go around the deserted island and to slowly uncover bit by bit that the island is not what it's supposed to be. Kind of like Sons of the Forest. Like alien tech? Yeah, kind of, yeah. Or it looks advanced enough to be alien. Someone being abandoned on an island. Do you know, it sounds peaceful, Johnny. It sounds peaceful. Plane crash into the ocean, group of friends, maybe some strangers who reach the surface, seeing island, swimming there, surviving for a few days until rescued. That's an excellent idea, Lady Magora. And so the interpersonal issues would be the antagonist. Deserted island. Where's the island? What climate? What time of year? How big is the island? What else? Volcanic? What type of island? I'm thinking a volcanic island. Maybe one with a black beach. Okay. Stranded on a desert island. Kind of like the Mayans in Assassin's Creed, yeah. Advanced. Human? Question mark? Been there for years. I like that idea. How was it created? Do you mean the island or the technology? Because I'm going to put both. Any native animals, creatures? Mm-hmm. What are the food and water sources like? So I actually know a little bit about this. About surviving in a little survival situation. Not only because I watch a lot of, like, Bear Grylls type stuff, but because I have a few books on it. Let me see if I can find my little book. A little book on it. Or I had a little book on it. I'm gonna have to go looking for that book. It's a very interesting book. Aha! I might have found it. Hang on. I gotta move this forward to get it. Gimme, 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 gimme. Gimme, 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 gimme. This is it. Which, I don't know why, I bought this book on a whim. And I don't know whether it was just like a current hyperfixation at the time, but I read it from cover to cover about 6 times. Yeah, do both. Sources of food, vegetation. That survivor woman. Johnny, exactly. Exactly. We're gonna survive whatever happens. How effed are you if you're bitten by something or eat something wrong? Poisonous or venomous creatures. Yes. Why are you showing your lesbian card? Johnny, that's such a read. That's such a read. This and a carabiner. I mean, what more do you need? What more do you need? But if you have any questions about, like, you know, my character's fallen down a hole, what should they do? Ask me to look it up in a book. Because this is the book. Was it, are you alone with other people? Deserted. Or stranded, I put that in. Alone, question mark. Vegetation for cool effect. Bioluminescence. Oh, I like that. Biolumens, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it has different things. So you see in the corner it says essentials. And you flick through climate and terrain, food, campcraft, reading the signs, whatever that means, on the move, survival at sea, and rescue. Oh, and health as well. Disaster strategies. How to craft tools and gear. Let me put survival. Tools and gear. Shelter. Food and water. Heat. Please and thank you. Oh wait, I'll have to wait till next year. Hey, no, I'll try and find a way to send you. I'm not sure how. But if there's a way that I can, I will, Lady Magora. I'd look at food chain. So if I was to live there for a prolonged period of time, I don't mess with the supply. Yeah, true. How long do these have to last? About him with girls, I really need reading the signs chapter. What is reading the signs? Reading the signs. Oh, map reading and interpreting maps, interpreting the sun, what time of day it is. What is this? Oh, making a compass, homemade compass, plant pointers, moon, astrology. Huh, that's cool. Clouds. Weather prediction. There is all sorts in that book. It is the book. Hashtag not spawn. I wish they would. Okay, we've got one more space. Stranded on a desert island. Character. I need a character. I want to make the character a female, because there are so many stories with men surviving and not enough stories with women surviving. One or more characters, that's a good question. I think one. For this, mine's going to be solo. Solo, but then... Or is she? Dun dun dun. There might be something going on the island. It's more of a mystery. A sci-fi mystery, mine. That's what I'm thinking. And what kind of person is she? E.T. is there as well. Little twink man gets bought ashore. He's just a little twink. He just wants to live. E.T. is there as well. This is the thing. Is E.T. there? Or maybe E.T. was there. I have a plan. I don't know if it's going to work out, but I have a plan. The character's going to be... What do they do? What do they do? What do they do? They are a... They're a herbarium employee. So they know a bit about plants. But mostly works at a desk. They are 37 years old. They are recently single. And her name is... What's her name? Name the twink Wilson. He's just there to look pretty. Oh, good for... Yeah, exactly. Johnny. I've done a bit of travel before, yeah. I'm so... Wilson! I'm sorry, Wilson! I'm sorry, Wilson! Character. What's her name? I want to say Rebecca, but that's just because Bexy. Johnny, you know what? You're absolutely right. Recently single. Not by choice. I can spin a letter wheel if you like. Oh, yes, please, Lady Magora. Yes, please. Give me a letter. And the duration of the story is going to be 3 weeks. 3 weeks. 3 weeks where the story's going to take place. Maybe doing a time skip. Not sure. Samantha? I like Samantha. Sam. Please hold, the internet is loading. No worries, I'm holding on. Samantha? I'm not tired, you're tired. Stop being so tired. Weird. Stinky. Yeah, 3 weeks. I don't even know a Samantha. Isn't it from Thingy 2? Frozen 2. I think maybe I could start it in a life raft. Oh, is the O for the name? Ooh, Olivia. 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 I like Olivia. Survival at sea. I'm under the water. Please help, I am under the water. No, I shouldn't start it on a raft because then she wouldn't be alone. Unless she eats the other people on the raft. Olivia. Many reef fish have toxic flesh. No amount of cooking neutralizes the poison. So it can't be anywhere with a reef. Whoa. That's crazy. So it can't be anywhere like tropical. My next decision is where is the island going to be? Sorry, I've got to blast my fans. Things aren't loading. And here we grab Google Maps. I literally just opened it on my laptop. Maps. Google Maps. I'm thinking closer to the equator, obviously, but still holds some of the same plants that I'm going to have knowledge about as things. So it would be in the North Atlantic. Let's try and find one that's relatively close, and then I can compare the stuff going on. South Atlantic, no, North Atlantic. Ooh, the Faroe Islands of Denmark. So the climate is humid, yeah. 9 and off of Easter Island. Mm-hmm. Happy World Book Day, by the way. Oh yeah, I totally forgot. Happy World Book Day. Or maybe somewhere near the Bermuda Triangle. Ooh, Bermuda, Jamaica. Ooh, I wanna take ya. Bermuda is in... The Bermuda Triangle is in the North Atlantic. That's a good point. Ooh, that looks good. Do. I could see the Bermuda Triangle working, absolutely. So maybe this character is taking a trip from traveling in the Gulf of Mexico, not the Gulf of America, the Gulf of Mexico, through some of the islands in the tropic, towards the Caribbean Sea, and gets lost. So I'd want to look at Bermuda as the climate. Bermuda, geography, demographics, politics, economy, education, culture, healthcare. Geography? Low-forming volcanoes. Bermuda is a group of low-forming volcanoes in the Atlantic Ocean. Blah, 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 blah. The territory consists of 181 islands. What the heck? I didn't know Bermuda was 181 islands. That's crazy. Bermuda's pink sand beaches are clear, cerulean blue ocean waters are popular with tourists. That sentence doesn't make sense, Wiki. Many of Bermuda's hotels are located, blah, blah, blah. In addition to its beaches, there's a number of sightseeing attractions. Don't care, don't care, don't care. Tell me about what an island would look like. They're limestone islands. Okay, let's make some notes. Spam about my plans for this story. Absolutely, Lady McGorg, go for it. Aruba, Jamaica, ooh, I wanna take ya. Bermuda, come on, pretty ma. So, limestone. Pink beaches, whatever that means. We'll look it up. Clear blue seas. Blah, 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 blah. It's volcanic, flat volcanic. Consist of biocalconerites and minor conglomerates. What? Oh, calcium deposits from secreting algae in the glaciers during the Ice Age. Oh, that's all you had to say. Red paleosols. Wow. That's cool. Climate. Humid subtropical climate. Plane crashes and my character sits in the fuselage. Upon reaching shore, the guys start fighting with each other about who's taking charge. Oh yeah, while the women are being... Yeah, typical. Eventually, the ladies are voted as leaders of the group. Each woman is in charge of different aspects, like hunting or foraging or handiwork or sewing and such. That sounds amazing, Lady McGraw. That sounds like a social commentary piece. Bon Sour Bexy, how are you? Bordering closely on the tropical rainforest climate. Close to rainforest. Characterized by high relative humidity that moderates temperature, ensuring generally mild winters and summers. Okay. There has never been snow, frost, or a freeze on record in Bermuda. Take place on the undiscovered island in the Indian Ocean. Oh, brilliant, Lady Magora. This sounds amazing. Where are you thinking of putting it? Are you thinking of just writing it down for yourself or publishing it somewhere? Because that sounds amazing. Bexy! Lady Magora? That's my wife you're talking to. Okay, Bermuda Nights. So it's about 20... It's 18 to 28 degrees. Very temperate. Hurricanes are possible, but very rare. With no rivers or freshwater lakes, the only source of fresh water is rainfall, which is collected on roofs and catchments, or drawn from underground lenses. Lenses? Oh, man-made. And stored in tanks. Each dwelling usually has at least one of these tanks forming its foundation. The law requires that each household collect rainwater that is piped down from the roof of each house. Average monthly rainfall is highest in October and lowest in April and May. Highest rainfall October. And no rivers or lakes. Now just hold on a second. Right, Christian? We're being shoved to the side. I just temperate going lower than 20 or so. Yeah, that's what I'm reading. It sounds very temperate. Here yesterday. For context, this is true. Access to biocapacity. Cool. In Bermuda is much lower than world average. Cool. What does this mean? Their ecological footprint of consumption. This means they use much more biocapacity than Bermuda contains. As a result, Bermuda runs a biocapacity deficit. That means it's causing a lot of CO2. That's all that means, I think. Flora and fauna. Here we go. When discovered, Bermuda was uninhabited by humans and mostly dominated by forests of Bermuda cedar with mangrove marshes along its shores. Sorry, semi-AFK for a second. No worries, Bexy. Don't worry about it. You're here and that means a lot. Singapore for like 5 years when she was like 5 years old, and she told me winters there are no colder than 15 degrees or so. I mean, sounds nice. Only 165 of the island's current 1,000 vascular plant species are considered native. 15 of those, including the eponymous cedar, are endemic. Settlers to introduce... Because it's tropical, lots of plants thrive there. Palm trees, fruit trees, bananas, cultivated coconut palms. The only indigenous mammals of Bermuda are 5 species of bats. That's freaky. I want this to be fairly untouched, but if it means that it's unsurvivable, then I will sprinkle in a little bit of embellishment. Other commonly known fauna of Bermuda include its national bird, the Bermuda petrel. Ooh. Or cahao, which was rediscovered in 1951 after having been thought to be extinct since the 1620s. It's a Lazarus species. White-tailed tropic bird too. Okay. We can give some descriptions of birds. Bermuda petrel and white. Gonna sneeze. Excuse me. Tailed tropic bird. Come inland to breed around February to March and are Bermudan's first sign of upcoming to spring. In to breed Feb. March. You can't touch this. Hi, Blue Chips, how are you? The Bermuda rock lizard, or Bermuda rock skink, was long thought to have been the only indigenous non-bird land vertebrate of Bermuda, discounting the marine turtles that lay their eggs on its beaches. However, scientists have recently discovered through genetic DNA studies of the species of turtle, the diamondback terrapin, previously thought to have been introduced, actually predated the arrival of humans. Okay, so we have the Bermuda rock lizard. Probably not great to eat because skinks are really good at burying themselves. Turtles when laying eggs. And diamondback terrapins. Which should live, because I used to work with terrapins. They should live in the little rocky, shallow bits. Its head starts to hallucinate and personify animals. Wait, this is Animal Crossing. Wait a minute. This is Animal Crossing. I'm in debt to the raccoon man again. I don't need that in my life. I'm in enough debt as it is. 3 bee species. Do they have the honeybee? Because 3 bee species is all well and good. But not if they're the honeybee. Oh, it looks like it's unclear. Okay. Demographics not interested. Languages, politics, religion, nationality and citizenship. Economy, education, culture, healthcare. All of that is not what I'm looking for. Bermuda. Okay, so it's going to be difficult to tell. It's going to be difficult to tell whether they're native or not from Google. Because there's been so much introduced to Bermuda because it's so tropical. Hello, hello! How are you doing? I'm going to have made much progress on my 4th chapter. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Chips. I hope it goes well. Oh, they have avocados. Avocados are native. Okay, that's a good food source. Avocados, Christophines, which I've not actually heard of. And guavas. Fruit is loquats, those little cherry bushes. Pawpaws, avocados, oranges, mangoes, watermelons, bananas. Yeah, but no, that's farming. That's not native. Hmm. I already felt something was missing here. I'm back at the keyboard. Hey, Bexy, how are you? Oh, yeah. Get in here. Get in the cuddle puddle. I want to be in the cuddle puddle. Bermuda, Jamaica. Ooh, I want to take ya. Okay. Cool. That's a company, not an article. All right. I want to look at native plants, not farmed plants. And Google is just like, look at all the plants we have in Bermuda. But they're not native Bermuda plants. The papaya is native. Hibiscus. Can you eat hibiscus? I don't know. I'll look it up. Because she's going to recognize some of these, obviously, because of her work, but not all of them. Chinese fan palm. Not native. Could guess that by the name. I suppose it's my story, so I can introduce plants if I want to. Red mangrove. Red mangrove's fruit. Airport for the aeroplane to take on. Suggestions where in Europe are welcome. Heathrow. Heathrow. Yes, it's decent tea. Hibiscus tea. That's true. It's also edible. Thank you, Chips. Busy long day at work and very little sleep, so plan is to eat some food, chill out, and spend a little time with my favourite person. Oh, is that Vix? Description, reproduction, uses. Halved roots of mangrove are commonly used to create roof and ceiling structures. Ooh. Okay, my two favorite people. There we go, Vexy. Well, I'm honoured to be one of them. Bristol Airport, yeah, Bristol. Vexy, right? Lady Magora, your three favorite, better up it to 3. It's in Europe. So Lady Magora's is, I am doing a fictional island in the Bermuda Triangle, which has some secrets that the main character is going to uncover. Rhizophora mucronata, attar. The fruits can be cooked and eaten, or the juice extracted to make wine, and the young shoots can be consumed as a vegetable. That's amazing! My character's gonna thrive. Okay, so the mangrove is gonna be a serious part of this story. Excellent shelter. Edible shoots. Cooked fruits. Bark is used in tanning, and a dye can be extracted from both the bark and leaves. Isn't that amazing? The tree literally gives you anything. Various parts of the plant are used in folk medicine. All right. Ooh, secrets. Oh yeah, secrets. There's gonna be some secrets. There's gonna be some secrets. So we're having a solo female character called Olivia, who works in a herbarium but only really works at a desk. She's 37, she's recently single, and she is traveling across from Florida to so she's going like through the Bahamas. And she ends up washed away in the Bermuda Triangle on a fictional island. That's all you really need to know. It's going to start there. And then she's going to discover some things on the island. Right, oh, I'm heading to bed early. All good, Johnny. Thank you for those biddies. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up always. It's so nice. And that 10 stream streak, that's amazing. Bermuda. Plan was to go to Curacao. Ooh, Lady Magura. Curacao. Okay, so she gets there. We've got our SAS survival guide. She gets there, and the first thing that she's going to think of is water. But there are no lakes or rivers in Bermuda, which I'm modelling this island off of. So she's going to have to find it from food sources, condensation, solar still, and isn't there a thing you can do where you can go through, if there's particularly thick vegetation, you walk through it with your socks tied to your ankles and then squeeze out the moisture? That's a way to get fresh water. In order to do the condensation thing, she's going to have a plastic bag on her. Is there a section just for water? There's a section just for food. Food and campcraft. I guess it would come under essentials. Maybe Chile? Argentina? The most important thing to look for when you get stranded somewhere. Water, shelter, fire. So I'm going to have her... She's been knocked sort of semi-conscious, and she's managed to drag herself up onto a beach, and she's been sort of cooking there for a while. So the first thing she's going to want is a big drink of water. And she's going to be fairly smart about it. But she's not going to know everything. She's not Bear Grylls. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Never drink alcohol. Joke's on you. Okay. Look in valley bottoms where water naturally drains. If there is no stream or pool, look for patches of green vegetation and dig there. Dig in gullies and dry stream beds. In mountains, look for water trapped in crevices. On the coast, dig above the high water line and look for lush vegetation in vaults in cliffs. You may find a spring. Be suspicious of any pool with no green vegetation growing around it or animal bones present. It's likely to be polluted. Dew and rain collection. Use as big a catchment area as possible, running the water off into containers. I feel like she's here for 3 weeks. She's going to get pretty refined. I think maybe she's going to make a dry mud or a clay collection system for water eventually. Because there's going to be no plastic. There's going to be no metal. I hate remembering birthdays so well. Oh yeah, Bexy? Why? Maybe she gets some fruit to give her some water first before setting up her water collection. Trees can draw moisture from a water table 15 meters or more below ground, too deep for you to dig. Let the tree pump it up for you by tying a plastic bag around a healthy leafy branch or placing a polythene tent over vegetation. Evaporation from the leaves will produce condensation in the bag. Okay, but she's not going to have a bag on her. I don't think there's any alternatives. Should I just have her have a bag? It would be simple. She's going to make a solar still somehow. What does she wash up with? I guess that's my question. So she's traveling. She's lost a backpack. That's too easy. She's lost a backpack. She has a little... She has a wallet, maybe. She has a plastic sick bag, maybe, for her boat travels. Maybe. X's birthday, isn't it? They don't even deserve me remembering it. They absolutely fucking don't, Bexy. Were they a bad ex? Dehydration, sunburn, shock, starvation, hypothermia, poisonous / venomous things. Maybe if she gets shipwrecked on a sailboat while doing a solo trip. Ooh, that's a good idea, because then the bits of her boat could wash up to her as she goes. Okay, she is going to build a solar still. You need a tube, water-filled covered container placed over a fire in order to do seawater. Plants often trap water in cavities. Old hollow joints of bamboo fill up with water. Shake them. If you hear water, cut a notch at the base of each joint and tip the water out. What do mangrove do with their water? Let me have a look. Essentially, no. There's a limited freshwater extraction. You require a large amount of processing to do that. Nah, completely useless. Sharks? Sharks? I'm not sure if there's going to be sharks around. I don't think there's too many... The thing is about sharks is even if there are sharks, they're unlikely to attack a human. Drip into your mouth and rather than put the mouth to the stem. To obtain water from a vine stem, trace it upwards, reach as high as possible, and cut a deep notch in the stem. Cut the same stem, blah blah blah. Oh wow. Some roots just store water and you can cut them open. Oh, that is the most gnarly sentence I've ever read. Animal eyes contain water which can be extracted by sucking them. Ew! I mean, whatever you got to do to survive. Unlikely, but maybe they're hungry too. That is the most gnarly thing I have ever heard. All fish contain drinkable fluid. Large fish, in particular, have a reservoir of fresh water along the spine. Okay. Alright. Oh no. Can explain why people keep going missing in the Bermuda Triangle. This is true. Big sharks. No, eggs in my brain, please. I'm sorry, Bexy! So they're in a... What have they it classified as? It's a humid subtropical climate. Tropical forest, I guess you'd call it. Subtropical rainbows. Oh, High rainfall. That's her only chance, really, is the high rainfall. Right, this is all to do with seashores. Sandy beaches, burrowing species, mollusks, crab, worms. They attract feeding birds. Oh, dunes tend to be full of insects, so don't make camp there. No dunes. Muddy shores, rocky shores, pebble beaches, tides. This is such a good book. This feels like Subnautica. I should. See, it's so good. Fresh water can be obtained from small river outlets. Large rivers tend to be polluted and full of silt. See, that's great, but there are no rivers in Bermuda. Which is wild. And everyone has to collect rainwater, otherwise it doesn't work. Sorry, I'm not reading this out loud, and I probably should. Blah, blah, blah. Boil shell foods for at least 5 minutes. Do not get parasites. Hunt octopus at night. Beware in water too murky to see through. Oh god, you know, my brother went to Bermuda and he got this like circular mollusk thing stuck in his foot. And he came home from Bermuda with it still in his foot and my mum had to dig it out. It was wild. It was like a piece of glass. Don't put your hands in underwater crevices. You could get bitten. Lagoon fish are often poisonous. If stung by a jellyfish, do not pull the tentacles or wipe away the slime with your hand. You will only get stung more. Use seaweed or a cloth and wipe the sting with the sand. With sand. Shark attacks occur in shallow water. Ouch. Super simple. Punch a tree, get wood, make a crafting table, and away you go. You know what? You're right. Islands. Resources. Do not overexploit limited resources. Lack of water is the reason many islands are uninhabited. Catch and store rainwater and distill seawater. Lush vegetation is a sign of springs and streams. Distilling seawater takes lots of fuel. Have a fire only when necessary. Search beaches after every tide for flotsam. What's flotsam? Flotsam and jetsam.
I'm a stone cold top, she's a stone cold top. I'm a top, she's a top, she's a stone cold top. I'm a top.
I am a stone cold top, Bexy. Thank you for the channel points. Flotsam is wreckage of a ship washed up by sea. I didn't know that. I'm a top, I'm a top, I'm a stone cold top. Coconut palms. Tropical islands are rarely desert islands. They usually offer plenty to eat. Are there coconuts in Bermuda? As in native coconuts? Oh my god. Well, some may think an insignificant enhancement. It should be noted that Bermuda is not a tropical island and that coconut palms are neither endemic nor native to the island. What are they? Coconuts are not native to Bermuda. They are curated as decorative. Okay, no coconuts. No coconuts for Olivia. You need to check your blood pressure soon. I heard you say something about that like an hour ago. Yes, I should. I'm going to check it in 20 minutes. Thank you for the reminder, Christian. Arid reasons, shelter and fire, clothing, food, health. Most desert illnesses are caused by excessive exposure to sun and heat. They can be avoided by keeping head and body covered and remaining in the shade. What I'm looking for is a way for her to get initial water without any springs. Say subtropical rainforest. Saltwater swamps, freshwater swamp, blah blah blah. Insect attack. Oh, slashing your way through the jungle may disturb bee, wasp, or hornet nests. Oh, can you imagine? Mosquito protection. That's a good point. Are there mosquitoes in Bermuda? What are they like? Are they bad? I think they're bad. Oh, yeah, they're bad. They have many, many, many mosquito. They have mosquito. 8 PM, I think. Thank you, Bexy. I hate wasps and hornets. I've only come across one hornet, and I did genuinely fear for my life. Like, it was scary. Okay. Leeches! Okay, and that's onto the food bit. So the bit I guess I'm looking for is what injuries is she gonna have? And immobilize her. Treat shock. How do you treat shock? Oh, look at that. Medicinal plants. These will all be for the Northern Hemisphere, though. Oh no, North and South America. Check that out. Never mind. Rattlesnake. Chunky body, wide head. Copperhead. Cottonmouth. Cascabel. Oh, they have different sections. Oh, this book is so packed full of information. How is it so small? A small head wound? Yeah, that's the kind of thing that I'm thinking of. Sharks, Bexy! Look at the body. Agent Hornet in his house once. I was so scared of it, and he asked me to take the cup. The thing was cynical. I could handle it if it's in a cup, because I understand. I can see it, and it's in my control. Even if its stinger's gonna come through the cup, like, I can understand. But, like, when it's flying around the room, I'm travel size for your convenience. For real, though! Whoa. The sharks shown here account for the most human casualties. The great white shark, naturally. Mako or blue pointer or mackerel shark. The tiger shark. The hammerhead. Oh, I didn't know the hammerhead. Tropical and subtropical waters. She could come across a hammerhead. And a tiger shark, I suppose. Let me just write sharks question mark on here. Because I'll have to do a bit more research. It was on the cup, not the cup. No, absolutely not. Sharkies, look at their little faces. Look at their little faces. They're pretty cute, right? How about a bull shark? I'm not sure about a bull shark. She could come across them, but maybe not be attacked by them. Portuguese man-o-war. She could come across one of them. Ringed octopus, cone shell. Poisonous to eat, weaver fish. Oh! Many inshore fish living in reefs and lagoons are poisonous to eat. Most of these are confined to the tropics, but wherever you are, be wary of eating any fish you cannot positively identify. Some fish that are otherwise good to eat are inedible when taken from reefs and lagoons, where they will have absorbed poisonous substances. The most poisonous kinds, such as pufferfish, usually have rounded bodies with hard, shell-like skins covered in bony plates and spines. They also commonly have parrot-like mouths, a gill opening, and either lack pelvic fins or only have a small one. Wow. Oh, I didn't know the puffball could be used as a poultice. That's cool. I've seen Jaws. They're pretty cute until they're swimming near you. They don't usually go after humans. Curse of getting a wasp queen in my house almost every... A queen, Christian! Not a queen! Because she works in a herbarium, I want her to know she has some plant knowledge. There are dandelions there. Dandelions can treat stomach upsets, according to the book. Plantain is great. I made my own dried plantain one year and used it on my feet because my feet were getting like cracks in them because I have a lot of different types of skin conditions all across my body and my feet just get really dry. But I used it for that and it completely healed it. It's not come back. True, they don't. This is true. And always face it exactly. Because they'll think it's like, I don't know, they'll think it's like a feeding frenzy if you splash all around. So just stay calm. Just vibe with them and they'll just go past you. India, Philippines, Indonesia, Australia. Tropics, large trees, red brown China bark. concoction of quinine-containing bark for malaria. Oh, that's cool. Okay, none of this is relevant to the story now. I'm just looking out of my own interest. The baobab tree. So the baobab could have fallen in it. Marshwort sounds good. Yarrow I like. I bet plantain is in this. Let me see if it's in it. There. That looks like plantain. It's called Solomon seal. Solomon seal I've not heard of, but plantain has ribs on it because it's also known as ribwort. Bleeding. Mm. I have to look up whether any of these can grow, because if she's bleeding, she might know. Passion between writing project. Stop it! You're gonna make me blush! This is what I'm interested in. I love this stuff. It's plants. You can mess it up so bad, though. Okay. You want to know how to pick up a guy? This is how you pick up the ladies at the club. Please don't do that. That's kind of cool. This is all how to do with lifting your friend. Joke's on them. I'm leaving you behind. Triangular bandage. You can use a triangular bandage as underpants. That's cool. Sprains, dislocations. Here we go. Shock. Cold and clammy skin. Casualty weak, dizzy or faint. Shallow and rapid pulse. Casualty may be thirsty. Vomiting or unconsciousness. Skin paler than normal, often greyish. Loss of colour in lips. I will write most of that down. Wait, I'm print screening. What do you mean print screening? Do you want me to... Do you want me to hold it? Want me to hold it now? Hey VU, how are you doing? We're doing research, can you tell? Shock symptoms. She can't be so in shock that she can't walk. So she's going to be cold and clammy. She's going to be weak. Dizzy. She's going to have rapid pulse. Taking notes, yeah. Have rapid pulse. She's going to be very thirsty. Doesn't matter that she's pale. She can't see herself. Loss of colour in lips doesn't matter. Maybe vomits a few times. She's probably taken on a lot of seawater before she arrived. Bexy, did you clip it? I swear to the gods. How to pick up girls at the club. It's how you pick up girls at the club. In the club, we all fam. Sprains, tearing of tissues connected to a joint. Symptoms, pain, swelling. Bathe in cold water. Support with a bandage, not too tight. Elevate limb and rest. Do not put under painful stress or you risk permanent damage. You must walk on a sprained ankle. Keep on a boot for support. If in doubt whether sprain or break, treat as a fracture. Can confirm ladies love the first move. Yeah, they do. They love the first move. Yeah. Ladies. Dislocation. Oh. Oh. Okay. Those of you who have a squeamish disposition, do not listen. For a dislocated shoulder, take off your shoe, put your foot in the casualty's armpit, and pull on the arm. For a dislocated finger should be pulled and gently released so that the bone slips back. Be very gentle with the thumb. If it does not work first time, leave it alone. Ooh, that's interesting. If the jaw is dislocated, place a pad of cloth over the lower teeth. Rest head on firm support and press down on pads with thumbs. Rotating Dislocated side of jaw backwards and upwards. It should snap into place. Bandage round head and under jaw. Feed soft foods. Ooh. She can catch them by surprise and you don't say hi first. No, see, I go straight in for this position without saying hi first. That's what I usually go for. Hey, Pale, this is research. How you doing? Maybe she could have a few dislocated fingers. Just to be a bit squeamish. Dislocated fingers. That she sort of snaps back into place. Because she's gonna need to get up and walk if she's gonna get water. Don't lie, you want someone to do that when you without notice? I wouldn't complain. You looking up smut again? Yeah. What do you think this is? Fracture to the knee. Ooh, fracture of the ankle or foot. Fracture of the pelvis. You're supposed to treat a fracture of the skull on your own? Fracture of the hip or upper leg. Fracture of the knee looks like the worst one. Looks like bondage to me. No, for real. Sapphic Love Island show based in Bermuda. She's on her own! It's just Olivia! Unless there's aliens on there. I've not decided. Types of burns. Burns we could get to, but not right now. Stitching wounds. Chest wounds. Here we go. Wounds. She's gonna have a few wounds. Wounds and dressings. Open wounds are at risk of infection, especially from tetanus. Immunization is essential for adventurers. Foreign bodies must be extracted with sterile tweezers. Other than in a survival situation, this is best left to trained medics. Cut away clothing, clean the area, and irrigate wounds to wash out dirt. Clean wound from center out. Do not swab from outside in. Dry and apply a clean dressing. Immobilize wound in a position that is comfortable. Dressings should be changed if they become wet and give off a bad smell, or if pain increases and throbs, indicating infection. Treat local infection by soaking in hot, salty water or applying poultices to draw out pus. Anything mashed can be used as a poultice. Rice, potatoes, shredded tree bark, clay. Anything mashed can be used as a poultice? I suppose. Aliens with tentacles? Maybe. I've seen those Twitter pages. Apply to affected area as hot as can be tolerated. Don't scald. Applied heat, a warm rock wrapped in cloth, can also aid healing. Okay. I'm thinking tree bark. Crushed tree bark as a poultice. Just as she's getting set up on that first night. Stitches, adhesive sutures, open treatment. This is so gory. That's so gory. Leaves would be better. No, true, it would be less dirty, I suppose. She might know that. She does work in a herbarium. Let me write it. Question mark. This is all very, what do you call it? Idealistic. It's all like, apply a sterile dressing. She's not going to have that. Internal bleeding. Victim feels lightheaded, restless, and faint. Looks pale. Skin cold, clammy to touch. Pulse weak, but very fast. Red/wine-coloured urine. Injury to the kidney/bladder. Blood passed with feces. Lower bowel injury. Blood vomited. Stomach injury. Blood coughed up as red froth. Damage to the lungs. Oh my god. Lie the patient flat with legs slightly elevated. Keep the patient warm but do not overheat. Serious internal bleeding requires expert medical care. I'm officially a coder today and a naughty one at that. Pale, what did you do? What did you do? Arterial bleeding? No, she's not going to have any of that because she'll just die. She's on her own. She would just perish. This is all revival. That's the move I want in the club. No approach. No... no approach. No, no words said to me. Just do that to me in the club. I also love how they gave the guy a mustache. Oh, Heimlich at home. Okay, that's pretty good. So health is going to be things like dislocated fingers, minor injuries, a bit of shock. Not too bad. She's going to get more injuries as she goes. Best thing about fantasy stories, I just heal. Yeah. Best thing about fantasy stories is you can just say, and they healed. Excel calculator, and I was waiting on... Oh, yes! You are a naughty coder! And the naughtiness was that I didn't comment on my code. Go on, Pale! That's a good idea. Putting like signs to show where you've been. But she's not going to be in her right mind when she first... Oh, that's cool. Sorry, the sign for medical assistance is really funny. Need medical assistance. Yeah, he looks like he does. I didn't know these signs. Body signals. Use these to signal to airmen. Huh. Huh. I didn't know that. The rule of three. The rule of three? But it worked! Oh, I'm so glad for you, Pale. I'm really glad. Mountain rescue code. SOS. Message help needed. Message understood. Return to base. Flares. Morse code guide, everybody. I need to put this in some sort of bag. I'm never dying. Oh, that's good. Survive 3 hours without shelter, exposure to extreme conditions. 3 days without water, and 3 weeks without food. That is brilliant, Pale. That's a good one. I did not know all of that. I don't know what this is. Ground to air code, sure. Smoke indicators. Sitting signals. Cool. That's all survival at sea. So I think... Yeah, I'm going to write that she gets a little bit of water from a little bit of fruit and condensation. And then she's going to build her own sort of rainwater collector. Not sure how she's going to do it, because I'm not sure how she's going to get like a waterproof container. But I'll think of that when it comes to it. Now, it is 8 o'clock. It is time for your girl to take her blood pressure. So Willow has aspirin in his bag. Ooh, screenshotting that. Hi, Marks. How are you? Not been anything at all in a while. No worries, Marks. You got a life to live, my dude. Less than 3 seconds without Newt. Maybe she has a water with her or something. Maybe, actually. Because she's traveling from one place to another. So she's not... Her backpack's gone. I'm going to have her backpack be gone. But she has her pockets. And maybe a bum bag? Because when you go to... I don't know about anyone else, but if I were to go to a pretty remote place, I'm going to have my bum bag. 2 glass bottles to purify seawater. Okay, so I can get away with maybe 2. Maybe a bottle of water and a bottle of, like, pills or something that she has on her. And then she empties them out and uses them to distill some water. Just sort of my eyesight after 5 years of not doing it. GG, Marks! What happened? Speaking of medical things, I'm taking my blood pressure right now. Don't freak out. Make sure the artery line is in the right place. You can even have a live view of it this time. A live view of the whole darn machine. As long as the bottle opens. It's not really in the right place. Hang on, machine. Needs to be further up my arm. It likes to slide down, because I don't like to put it on too tight. Right, I got worse over 5 years, and it all stems from an incident that happened when I was 12. Oh, was it an injury? As long as the bottle opened. Mm-hmm. Sucks! Well, I'm glad you got it sorted. That's amazing progress. That's not much pressure. They usually take it up to 200. Okay. It does 3 measurements, so we're in for the long haul. Chat amongst yourselves. Probably gonna do 4 measurements, knowing the machine. Just because it likes to do that to me. It likes to torture me. Went through a wooden block into my eye. It cut my eye. The wound hasn't recovered properly, and still that's why. Really, Marks? That's horrible. My cousin was hit in the eye with a stick, and she went blind in that eye, unfortunately. People can be so stupid. Boobies. Bexy, no! Boobies! Ow! It starts to hurt when you get to about 150. Tets! Is it ever going to go down? Is my arm just going to be purple for the rest of my life? Alright. I'm 10, 180 left to right. What do you mean? Oh, minus 10, minus 180 to be more accurate. Oh, wow. So you are impaired. You're a lot about what I'd do to you, but I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't want to raise your blood pressure. That would raise my... It would raise my heart rate, probably. Quite a bit. Damn, Mark. Right? Very impaired, I'd say. So it takes 3 measurements, but it usually takes 4, because it usually thinks there's something wrong with one of the 3. And then it averages them at the end of this. And I've got to do another one standing up after this, so we're in for the long haul. I thought I was bad and close to minus 4. Mm-hmm. Ow! Ah! I can't tell you how purple... Actually, no, I can tell you how purple my arm gets. Once it's done, I'll show you. So we'll have to leave that until later then. Mm-hmm. Until later. My love. Release me! Not a great reading, but it shows that something's wrong. And then I gotta do the same thing while standing up, and then we monitor the change. Gotta make sure not to flash anything at you. Make sure not to flare. Why you take your blood pressure, Newt? Just curious. No worries, Marks. So I've been under investigation for a long time about dizziness and headaches and just sort of things that I'm able to live with but aren't very comfortable. And it's all sort of hit ahead now, and I've gotten some quite bad symptoms, including just this rash that won't go away on my arms. Anyway, I'm under investigation for something called POTS, which is postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, which means my blood pressure is very high and my heart rate is much lower sat down. And then when I stand up, there is a significant change of either 30 beats per minute or 10 on each of these. I'm not gonna flash you. I'm not getting demonetized. We'll save that for Discord. Ow. Why does it hurt more standing up? Do take it easy. Yeah, I should. I spent a good 2 hours this morning trying not to be sick. Like, as soon as I woke up. And I'm kind of like, this is not what 26 is supposed to feel like. This is not what most people are doing with their days. Save that for the DMs. Promises, promises. Come on, machine. Stop killing me. It hurts real bad. Owie! What's annoying is it has to take 3 measurements. And I usually get an error on the stood up one. And then I flip a biscuit and just take one. At the moment, I'm averaging a change in 50 BPM between sitting and standing, and a change of about 20 on each of the blood pressures, which is really bad. It means that my veins and arteries aren't responding to postural changes, and there's something wrong with my nervous system. It's not a major thing wrong with my nervous system, but it is enough to give me symptoms that's just not very fun. Pale. This is not how 26 fit. Yeah, exactly. This is not what it should feel like. Welcome to the club. Random shit that happens before 30. What is this? Take me back to 22. It didn't inflate nearly as much that time. I don't know how it does its measurements, I will say, but who knows. Number 3. Oh yeah, Pale. Maybe I'd be into that. Number 3. Your back starts to ache. Oh god. I've had enough of my back with the bloody slip discs. I'm good. That was my own fault, though. I did slip my own discs. Ow! 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 Why did you go to over 200 this time? You only went to 130 last time. Watch it be an error message as well. Is it ever gonna let me go? My arm is blue. No, let it finish through. I know it'd be an error. I always get error. I always get error when stood up, and I wonder it's because I'm the same user. It's wondering that if I'm a different user, because the stats are so different. Let's just take one. Let's just take one, and I won't speak, and I will just breathe. That should be accurate enough. Error 6 means there's too much discrepancy in the readings. There's too much difference in between the readings. There's nothing wrong with the machine. Okay. Yeah, so let me explain to you what this means. 129 over 83. 195 BPM, which is crazy. But I can feel my heart. So I believe it. So what this means is... Yeah, so when I stand for more than a few minutes and I don't move and I don't pump my legs, I get heart palpitations. So this is what's happening. So because the blood pressure on both counts has gone down by more than 10, and because this has gone up by more than 30, it means that something is wrong. Something very wrong with my vasodilation. So I get very hot feet. Alright, I'll take one more and then I'll take the average manually from that. Because I'm not going through that. Because when it does the set of 3, what annoys me about the set of 3 is it does the set of 3 before telling you there's an error. And the error could have occurred on the first one. Ow. Ow. Okay. Pick an average. 105 and 195 is huge difference. 160, 100, 105. That's a huge difference. It's no wonder it's giving me an error. I need to have a honest check you out. I really do. I really, really do. It's no wonder it's saying that there's an error because it's... Okay, I'm definitely on player 2. Definitely on that. Okay. What was I today? Oh, not this. Memory I want. Okay, so the 6th of the 3rd, which is today. The first reading I did, about 149.92, 136 when I stood up, 82 when I sat down. It's not an outlier. I don't know if the 195 is fully accurate, though. 105 is a big enough jump. Fuck it, let's take a double reading. Sorry. I know I'm taking a lot of time. It just has to be, after I stand up. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. May only be a first aider, but I can certainly give you a thorough inspection. Oh yeah. I'll take 3 manual ones myself and I'll average them because I can't be bothered with the error message. Ow, geez. What happened, Christian? Okay, now that's saying 150 with 147. What's wrong with me? Okay, that's about in the middle. 108, 147. So average of 195, 147, and 105 for the BPM. And then I'll do the rest of them later. I'm definitely doing it right, but I am so shocked by the results. It makes me think that I'm doing it wrong. Just seen the riz I was dealing with last night. Get that riz up in here. I'd definitely like to correlate it with a... maybe when I next go to the doctor, maybe correlate it with the blood pressure machine there. Definitely doing it right. Nice and tight with the line down there, yeah. Artery thing on the artery, yep. I'll be jealous I wasn't giving her attention. Look, I don't get jealous. I'm a stone cold top. There's a song! There's a song about it and everything. I am a stone cold top. Alright, let me very briefly log these results on my Excel health sheet. It just seems wild to me that this, this is the blood pressures coming out. BP readings. Excel sheet. At rest was 140 over 94, which is high, but it is within normal parameters. And then 87 BPM. And then standing was a mix of all these different results. I'm going to discount this result because I think 195 is inaccurate. And I'm going to say that it's... I'm going to take the 151. 150 over 108 with the 147 BPM reading. That's what I'm going to take. So, from sitting to standing, the blood pressure just shows that my body is... My blood pressure should not be going up when I stand up. It should go down slightly. But it's going up, and it's already high. And it's to compensate for what's happening with my heart. It's a hell of a difference it is. To qualify for POTS, you need a difference of 30 BPM. And I went from those two readings at 87 to 147. So that is a difference of 97, 107. 117, 107, 127. It's a difference of 50, 60 BPM. So I'm doubling it. which is not great. But it's good to know, because it does help me understand what's going on in my body. Because up until this point, right, the GP's been sending me home and just saying, hey, you know, maybe eat a little healthier. First of all, I eat fine, but maybe eat a little healthier. Maybe drink a little bit more water. Maybe get a bit more sun. Maybe try to think a bit more positive. I was diagnosed with an anxiety attack, and it's really nice to just have the blood pressure monitor be like, no, yeah, there's something really wrong with your blood vessels. I also need to quickly get... I need to get a charging cable for my... because I want to correlate it with what my little Fitbit says, but I've lost the charging cable. Hang on, we're going off on a tangent, but when don't we at the writing club? When do we not? Alright, let's do that. I get a little charging cable for my Fitbit as well, and then I can cross-check them and correlate them just to make sure that it's accurate. Because I'm not sure about the BPM being 195. It might have been. I might be that sick, but I wasn't gasping for air. And I've been on 160 before at the gym, and I've been like, so that's not like you. That's not like us in this channel. That's never done that before. All right, let's write a scene plan. I always put scene/chapters, but I never know. Or sections. So in chapter 1. Chapter 1. Olivia wakes stranded on a deserted island. Plotting down for as much as I had in mind so far. Failed working on Project Fawn. Writing club tomorrow? Absolutely, Lady McGraw. 5 PM? You know it! Brilliant. She has 3 broken fingers and she has... a laceration on her calf. But yeah, POTS is an interesting one. So I've got hypertension, which correlates, you know, anxiety condition, and, you know, several other factors that I've taken into account. The hypertension is not something that I'm worried about because I don't think that it's a long-term thing. I think it's a symptom rather than a cause. But I do believe this heart rate is a cause. I think there's something wrong with my nervous system. Hey Tay, we just got done taking my blood pressure. I'm healthy. I'm healthy. I promise. I feel fine. Tay! It was lovely to see you on Fortnite the other night. And hear you, eventually, when the microphone worked. It was lovely to see you. Okay, Olivia wakes up stranded on a deserted island. She experiences symptoms of shock. She has 3 broken fingers. She has a laceration on her calf. The first thing that she is going to do is fix her fingers. It's going to be gory, it's going to be gross, and she's going to pass out. The second thing she's going to do is take an inventory of what she has. The inventory of what she had on her person. Wouldn't it be nice if she had some, like, petroleum-based lip balm? Because lighting a fire in such a humid area is going to be so difficult for her with the broken fingies. Sadly, your lunch breaks have got a limited time. You'll no worries, Tay. I'm honoured you spend your lunch break with me because that is it's a precious time. That is the time you get in your workday to relax, and you choose to spend it with me. It is an honour. Glass bottle. That's what I'm thinking. What she has on her person. She has a crumpled water bottle that she had intended to throw away and is empty. You can use it like a magnifying glass. Ooh, that's a good one. See, I was going to have a medicine bottle though, which would be brown. A brown bottle. Yeah, a brown glass bottle. With a few anti-nausea medications in it. Not medication, tablets, but you know what I mean. She has a photo of her lover. Oh, Bexy! Pale Twinster, my lady! Turns the force of Hop into a strong pull with him to the ground, covered in clover so they can brace into sensual and tender cuddles. Can I join? Ziploc bag. You can turn a Ziploc bag into a magnifying glass too. And maybe have the brown glass bottle with a few anti-nausea medications in it. Maybe have her wallet wrapped in a Ziploc bag. Or maybe her phone as well. She can have 2 Ziploc bags. I'm also not sure I can use the word Ziploc. Because isn't Ziploc technically a brand name? Don't you have to say resealable bag? A resealable plastic bag. Makes room for new and cuddle. Yes, please. Open the arms for more folks joining Cuddle Puddle. Yes, please. I would love that. Okay. A crumpled water bottle empty. Brown glass bottle with a few anti-nausea medications in it. A wallet in a Ziploc bag. A phone in a Ziploc bag. So she's got... That's what's in her bum bag. What's in her pockets? What do you have in your pockets on holiday? Wrappers. Maybe some disposable cutlery. Something that you picked... A trinket that you picked up. Something that you purchased. Tickets. Stubs. Change. What could be of use? Wallet? Yeah, wallet. What could be of use here to her? I'm thinking a small bit of metal. But what's the small bit of metal? Like maybe like a metal pin or a magnet that she sharpens against a rock. So she has a small but very sharp surface to work with. Metal... I'm so glad you can't see my screen, because you won't see how I just spelt souvenir. Bermuda, Bahama, come on pretty mama. Lint. Key. Or key. That's a good one. A key, a paperclip, a souvenir. Literally, Bexy was that bad. Okay, so that's all in her little carry bag. In pockets, she has lint. Can honestly, lint and lip balm, you gotta fire. Petroleum lip balm, because she's a girly who doesn't want to get her lips chapped, and that's fine. Paperclip. Oh yeah. Why would she have a tickets? Okay, so she's collecting her tickets because she wants to scrapbook the trip in a paperclip. Yep. In a paperclip. Yep, good idea. Key. I'm gonna put question mark on key, because would you have a key on holiday, or would you have a hotel room key? Depends on where she's staying. I guess you could get a key to like an Airbnb. Volcanic island runner. Yes, it's a flat volcano. Explosive or constant flow of lava. I think it's an old constant flow. I'm starting to fall asleep to it. I don't actually know, because it's on autoplay and it's on it's called Snowed In by Malcolm Home. It's royalty free. Phone. She has a phone. She has a phone here. Phone in the Ziploc bag. Battery. Mm-hmm. Snoot Central playlist. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is, Marks. Tickets in a paperclip. Key. 1 or 2 more items for the pockets. Because you are pretty weighed down on holiday, aren't you? Speaking of music, pirate metal is great to listen to while making deliveries. Oh, Tay, that sounds amazing. Low gas means obsidian is possible. You can easily nap obsidian into a nice sharp blade. Ooh, let's have a look. Bermuda. Because there was a little bit written about the calcium deposits. Geology of Bermuda. Here we go. Represents an isolated limestone island in the Atlantic at the shallow Bermuda platform. This platform is the large part of this pedestal, separated by water. The island's volcanic basement rock is relatively shallow, only 75 meters below the surface of the water, and includes 700 meters of theoletic lavas and lampifer sheets. I think that might include obsidian. Dated to 33 million years ago. The oceanic crust around the island is about 120 million years old. Volcaniclastic God, they're challenging my mouth right now. Don't put that as a quote. Turbidite deposits 140 kilometers offshore to the southeast indicate Bermuda volcanoes were exposed above the water and eroding by the Oligocene. The volcano that built the island's basement is inferred to the mid-plate hotspot volcanism that was formed when a disturbance of the transition zone led magma from the zone towards Earth's surface. Did that just go over anyone else's head or not? Okay. What are lampifer sheets? A bit of gold, bit of potassium, sodium, nickel, chromium. Okay, so I don't think specifically that obsidian is there, but it's my story. I'm allowing her obsidian. Who is the name? The name of the character is Olivia. Rock on, Tay. Mm-hmm. Don't quote that. Limestone helps purify water if that helps. That does help, actually. Limestone. Never mind, Bexy got it. How does limestone help? How? Because she has a bit of knowledge. How does Limestone. Purify water. Neutralizing acidic components in the water through a chemical reaction with its primary constituent, calcium carbonate, which raises the pH level, causing certain impurities like heavy metals to precipitate out of the solution and become solid particles that can be filtered out. Ooh. So it clumps together the things in it. That's cool. Look at us learning today. We are learning. Oh, Bestie just sent a voice message. I am terrified. I'll look at that after stream. Okay. Lint, petroleum lip balm, tickets in a paperclip, a key. What else? What else? What else? Yeah, it was helpful for once. Yeah, you were, Tay. You were never just helpful for once. You're always helpful. Hold on to spiritual energy as well. I think it's like supposed to be an absorbing crystal. Kind of like quartz. Where it absorbs the intent you put on it. Not that I know that much about it, but... iPhone steel case means you can get a spark off it. That's true. Do you get steel cases? Or steel components to cases? She could have a small... What? Steel case... bone. Oh yeah, no, they're... Okay, first of all, they're absolutely real. I didn't know they were real. Let's put it in a steel case. Steel case. Beautiful. What else can she have? What do you have when you're on holidays? A few coins? Few coins. Not that they're gonna help her in any way. I just want it to be sort of like realistic. Few coins. Where was she going on holiday? So she's passing through the Bermuda Triangle. I don't care where she's going to and from. I was thinking that maybe she starts off from like the Bahamas and then goes through the Bermuda Triangle trying to get somewhere. I was going to figure that out later because Google Maps is not being kind to me right now. Maybe she's going to Nassau. Bermuda, Bahama, come on, pretty mom. Bermuda's so tiny on Google Maps. It's wild to me that that's the first thing in Bermuda that came up was Somerset Village. St. David's Island. It's so white. So maybe... Why would she end up that far out, though, is the question. Maybe she's heading to Bermuda and she gets, like, she's going from the Bahamas to Bermuda. You can fire it hot? What do you mean? Limestone is also used in basic mortars for binding building materials. That's cool! How industrial does this get, though? Because Olivia's gonna build a skyscraper to live in at this point. She's too ingenious! Ooh, I feel like there's an idea. I had an idea a minute ago of something that she could have in her pocket, and I'm stuck now trying to think of it. It was a pen. It's a spring one. That's important. Is she a smoker? She could be. Lighter. Did the plane crash? No. So she's going. She's on a boat for like a pleasure cruise. But then I might have to change that if it's not feasible to get from the Bahamas to Bermuda on a boat. Because it looks like a very long journey. Let me go. Google Maps, tell me everything. Sorry, it's without the current areas of public transport. Yeah, I bet. From the Bahamas to Bermuda. Google Maps gives you a walk time. Bermuda, Nassau, Bahamas. Yeah, it's gonna have to be a plane. There's only one way to get there and it's a plane. It's a 6-hour plane. Connecting one or more stops. So you go to Nassau, you sail to Nassau, and then you take a plane over the Bermuda Triangle to Bermuda. I have a plane crash situation idea. Cruise ship, big ship. Oh yeah, she could be on a cruise. And she falls overboard. Bermuda, come on, pretty. I've been singing that the whole time today. It's so in my head. So it's either a plane from Nassau. Or a cruise around that area. I'm thinking cruise. I like cruise a bit better. See you tomorrow again, 99. Oh, Lady Magura, you are? No worries. You have a lovely sleep. Give Mickey my best and a big kiss on the forehead. A big kiss. A big schmacker. A lighter, but it's wet, I think. We can't make it too easy for her. But she can spark it when it's dry. First thing she's gonna do. Bye, wifey. Bye, night-night, wifey. Give him between 10 and 15 kisses for you. Oh, Lady Gora, thank you. You understood the assignment. See you in your dreams. Uh-huh, Pale. Uh-huh. First thing she's going to do is try to find water unsuccessfully. Laughs in French. Before seeing condensation on mangrove or cedar trees. Are they the cedar trees? Bermuda cedar. Well, the first thing she's going to do is check her phone, probably. First resealable bag that her wallet was in. Around a branch. Loves in French. Oh. I wanna take you. And then she's going to, and then the sun's gonna go down. Manages to make fire using lint, lip balm, and sparkling lighter. Okay. So she's got a little fire, and she's set up a small water source for the next morning. And it's going to be like 100 milliliters, but it's enough to keep her ticking over. Sharks like to use mangroves as nurseries for their young, so there might be adolescent sharks, but you do babies. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe the cedar trees, because they're actually going to be further inland. And I'm wondering whether the mangrove trees, while on the inside of the mangrove is not seawater, they're going to be so whipped by seawater, the condensation on them is just going to be seawater. Do you offer an Aussie kiss, Megora? It's like a French kiss, but down up. Pale! That is ridiculously good, Riz. How's my pen doing? Pen check. Oh, no more ink needed. So more ocean swamp. Exactly. Sleeps. So she's gonna sleep and wake up a bit less groggy. As in wake up a bit less in shock. Wakes up less in shock. And she's sort of gonna hit the ground running on the second day. I think that's good for like section 1 because there's so much to describe in there. I'm calling them chapters, but they're not really chapters. Should mean plenty of crustaceans. They mangroves get their main like threat is crabs. Mangrove saplings get eaten by crabs a lot. Thank you, Tanya. That one would appreciate it. Okay, so she's going to find the bag source of water. About 100 mil. Really not a lot. Not enough. But enough to keep her alive. So she's going to put both of the plastic bags on branches. She's then going to go around and do some plant ID. So she's going to see... I need to research what time of the year there's going to be avocados, guavas, papayas, hibiscus, that sort of thing. I need to look up the time of year for those. But I feel like it's essential that she has something. So I'm just going to set it in the time of year that the papayas are ripe. 5 minutes and I'll be gone. No, Tay, it's too soon. Finds papaya. Now, what about papaya? Papaya's pretty distinctive, which is quite good. Finds papaya. They are. Oh, they're sort of bush-like. They're not super tree-like, you know? She could absolutely reach up and get one of them, I think. Finds papaya. Is it a tree? Oh, it just says papaya plant. Alright. No, Tay. I need you to come, sadly. I feel that, Tay. I feel that this month. Finds for papaya plant. And observes birds eating the seeds and collects a small amount, because she understands she can't eat it all, amount for herself. So she's got a small amount of food and a small amount of water. So the next thing she's going to look for is a place to sort of set up camp. Okay, I'll hold it in for a little longer. OnlyFans? OnlyFans? Newt is well versed in holding up. No, I'm not. I would never know. I don't even know what you're talking about. Sounds like sinful things to me. Nimpopo, okay. Finds mostly dry area in cedar forest and quote unquote sets up camp. Oh god, I said I'd just do story reading of public domain books if I did. Oh my god, that's such a good idea! Let me give you an example now. So, speaking of books, I have a bit of news to do with my book. Did I tell you all that I ordered the proof? I told you all that I ordered the proof, yeah? I ordered the proof of my Fables book to come about Monday. The proof? Yeah, so the proof is like it's a copy of the book in print that is sent to me so that I can hold it and approve it and see that I like everything. So it's a normal book. It's a normal book that will be exactly what the Fables thing is, but then it's got a big label around it saying proof not for resale, because it's just someone to hold. Time to go. All good, Tay. I love and cherish each of you. We love and cherish you, Tay. No, Tay. If we order the book, can you sign it? I guess there's a way to do that. I'm not sure. I guess I would have to order it and then sell it as myself, which I would do. If you want signed copies to be available, I can make them available, but my signature's not worth anything. Don't worry about it. We'll have you. I hope the rest of the work goes well. Absolutely, Tay. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Anyway, the proof is coming. And so by next writing stream, I should have a proof copy of the book to show you. And then hopefully, by the end of this month, it will be on sale. It's worth it to us. Pale, that's such a nice thing to say. That's so nice. What the hell? So what would happen then is I would order it to myself, sign it, and then list it as an independent seller on Amazon, which is absolutely doable. Yes, please. And I don't know about... I need to look at the book first. That's the reason for the proof. But I don't know about hardcover copies either. But anyway, something should be available at the end of this month. And I'm super excited about it. I realise that it's not my dream publishing, but my short stories are not what I'm gonna put as my dream publishing. It's all put online anyway. The thing that's unique to the books is that you'll be able to hold the works in your hand. The cover is my design, and also I've put a bunch of author's notes in it that are exclusive to the book. hardcover is available. So you can get them made in hardcover, as well as paperback. And you can just like put that as like, so it's exactly the same thing, but then you just process it as a hardcover. I need to go through all the admin first. But I can make hardcover available. First edition signed. Yeah, I can do that. But it's exciting. It's not, so I've done it under Writer Woman because I've always wanted to go through like a classic publisher for a full fictional book story under my own name. But for collections of short stories and poetry things, I'm going to put under Writer Woman. I'm going to self-publish them on Amazon. Some available online for free, some exclusive to the books. But I want maybe at least 50% of the content of the books to be available online for free because I never want to lock anything behind a paywall. I want the books to be something to collect and because you want to hold the stuff, not because there's exclusive content in them. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, it is like that. The first edition thing. KDP. Why are you giving me a 404 error? It's kdp.com. Let me see. Yeah. Fables Volume 1, That Writer Woman, Edition 1. And the guide price for me has come up at about, well, no, it's a bit higher than that. I took it, I knocked like 50 pence off it, but that doesn't matter. It's about £7.50. But I'm not sure whether I'm comfortable charging that. I need to hold the book to know if I saw this in a shop, what would I feel comfortable paying for it? That's another thing I need to do. But it's good news. The proof is coming, and by the end of the month, it will be available. There is no pressure to buy it, though. But it's a big step as a writer. She's going to sharpen the key into a point. And she's going to make some primitive tools. That's why I want a first edition of your first publish. It is only Amazon Direct Publishing, but I'm proud of it. I'm really proud of it. I just need to have a look. So it's a really I mean, it's good in a lot of ways, but it's quite difficult the way that Amazon Direct Publishing have set up their like book design. And then link existing hardcover, create hardcover. Yeah, and it's all filled in. It's like a form. It's like a form and then a PDF file of the content that's going to be within it, but then the content does not fit the pages because of the trim. So what you need to do is go back into your Word document and put a bunch of page breaks in it. This is what I've spent the last week doing. Put a bunch of page breaks in it to align with where the pages are going to be in the book. And then that will go wrong about 50 different times. And then you just get it right. And then you have to ask the Amazon to paste it into its own Word document to fit the book, to fit the size of the book. And yeah. Who cares who the publisher is? It's the author that matters to me. Pale, that is so nice. The author does matter to me. You guys are the sweetest. It's exciting regardless, and I'm super proud of you for such a huge step. Thank you. It's a compilation of stuff that I'm very proud of and that is published online. But I've added a bunch of author's notes. So it is more... I guess it's more to do with me, because the fables are available online, which feels very narcissistic to say, but it has a lot more from me in it. But yeah, it's good stuff. It's coming in the post. It is in the post right now. It is, I checked the tracking today and it is almost dispatched. It says estimated by Monday. She's going to make some primitive tools. She's going to collect some dry logs, like twig size. And then she's going to briefly explore her immediate surroundings. Briefly explore her immediate surroundings and almost like taking an inventory of what's available to her. She's gonna find the terrapins. She's gonna find a lot of crabs in the shallows. But I'm gonna have her, she doesn't want to fish. Because not only does she know that a lot of them are poisonous, but the sea's rough. And then collects her water at the end of the day. About 200 mil at the end of the day. So three is a freaky overnight. The freaky overnight event. I'm not sure what it's gonna be, but it's gonna build tension for her finding out what's on this island. Lexi, you child laughing at crabs. I see you. I see you being a child. Oh, and another thing about the book. I was gonna do, because you know the first one is in green. And I was asking in chat, is this too swampy? I still don't know whether it's too swampy. I won't know it till it's in my hand. But I'm gonna do it in, like, the secondary colours. So I'm gonna do green, orange, and purple as the colours. Because you find green, orange, and purple in nature. And I'm going to go out with my camera and I'm going to go take some pictures. You said I need to give you one. Happy to do so. Bend up and hey, listen! Jinx, listen! Tell Jinx I love him. And also to sit on it and spin. What a creative idea. Thank you! Because it's like the secondary colours that come out of the primary colours are... So green is green is blue and yellow. Blue and red makes purple, and then red and yellow makes orange. So there's only 3 secondary colours. And they're all found in nature. The primary colours, you'd be hard pressed to find a good blue. You can find them, but it's more likely to be purple. Not Sun and Spin. Connor, you're still here. Connor, you came back just in time for Sit on It and Spin. Hey, he's my friend. I'm going to tell him to sit on it and spin every now and then. So she's on her 3rd day. She is severely... That's not how you spell severely. Dehydrated. She has drank 300 mils of water in 48 hours. Ah! Direct from Jinx. No can do Newt. Doesn't have anything big enough for me to do so. But I can have something big enough for Newt to sit on and spin if she likes. Hey, listen. I've been here the whole time. Well, it's lovely to have you, Connor. Not sit on it and spin. Oh, also, Connor, are you watching Drag Race this year? Not to profile you or anything, but are you watching Drag Race this year? I want Anya Nerve to win really badly. I'm not watching it religiously. I've just seen Anya Nerve's performance. So good. All it is, Newt. Vix is watching it. Hey, ask Vix what she thinks of Anya Nerve. Severely dehydrated. She is going to... What is she going to do? Okay, it starts to rain. She uses one of the bags to funnel rainwater into the crushed bottle. Securing about 500 mil instantly with 500 more in reserve. That's throughout the day, by the way. That's not like instantly, as in she holds it up to the heavens and it just fills up like a tap. Also, I made cookies today and I'm gonna have a little cookie break. Look at my cookie. I made this. I made this with my hand. Shipwreck, right? What might wash up overnight? People's bags. People's coats. If someone had a raincoat, you could make a killer water thing. Yeah, that thing. Solar still. You can make a killer solar still. What was her name? Anya Nerve is what she's called. Anya space Nerve. Oh no, Pale! Not the remains of the dinghy. No, but that could be good. Do you know why that's good, Pale? It's because it's almost giving a hint that the island has chosen her. Because how dare everybody else die? And she shows up with a couple of broken fingers. Hardly a scratch on her. It's almost like the island wants to show her something. I like that, Pale. It adds a level of darkness, but it also adds a level of, like, the chosen one. Because she doesn't know who that is. Maybe it's because it's the American one. Anya Nerve. An American drag performer competing in the 17th season of RuPaul's Drag Race 2025. I'm having another cookie. Mary Berry's fork biscuit recipe. You'll never go back. It's so good. From Cleveland. Gives a little bit of resources in the dinghy. Because it's a waterproof sheet. I'm screenshotting that because I'm busy eating a cookie. 17th season Vix isn't there yet. Tell her to look out for Anya Nerve, especially in the Wizard of Oz episode. I haven't seen a huge amount of it. I don't know, she might be a terrible person, but she has an incredible stage presence. Oh, Bale. Not the bodies being food. She could perhaps have that thought pass through her. She could perhaps have that thought pass through her, but then use... And this sounds horrible. Maybe use the bodies as bait. Because she's so sickened by the thought of consuming people. But she's like, I could still use this. I could put them out on the beach and let them attract some birds. I could put them in the rock pools, let them attract some crabs, that sort of thing. And then that way the people are returning to nature and she feels comfortable with that. And she gets to eat. Desperate times call for desperate measures. This is true. This is very much giving the forest, isn't it? She's going to be dressed in bone armor by the end of it. She's going to be ready to take on the aliens. Okay, so Water gets semi-sorted in chapter 3. She gets a nice dose of a liter. She's still going to be severely dehydrated. Couldn't be me. But she's not going to be, like, dead from it. Take on the aliens, eh? Mm-hmm. She's going to be ready to take on the tentacled aliens. Yeah, maybe have her on... A cruise carries a lot of people, mind you. Maybe have her on a small cruise. What's a small cruise? Mini cruises. Oh, that refers to the duration rather than the size. There are cruises that go around there, though. Oh, cruises aren't... They don't have to be super big. The Hebridean Princess, the Hebrides, has just 48 passengers. With all that probing. Tom, he's a small cruise. He's a very small cruise. He also might be Sandy Toksvig in a wig. We've not figured that out yet. 5-night Bermuda cruise. 9-night Bermuda cruise. Find a cruise. Deals. Destinations. Sign up and receive 40% off. No, thank you. I've closed that. Don't shove it at me again. Manage my cruise. Destinations. Find a cruise. Find a cruise. Find a... Ships. No, I want ships. Discover the best cruise ships. Meet the fleet. Oh wow, there's loads. They can't be that big if there's this many. Okay, pick one at random. God, they're huge. No, they are huge. I can't have a whole cruise go down, surely. I'm killing so many people. I realise that they're fictional people, but still. Okay, for the sake of this fictional thing, let's have her on a cruise with about 500 people, including crew. Let's have that sync. I'm comfortable. Don't quote this. I'm comfortable killing 500 people for the sake of aliens. Shipwrecked, I promise I will eat you every single night. Hey, look, it's protein. Apparently there is protein in that. It's like 9 grams or something. So do it for your health. Oh my god, we've got 20 minutes left and I'm not even writing the story. I'm just eating biscuits and taking my blood pressure. What's wrong with me? Okay. So. She's going to go to the beach. How dare you! How dare you undermine my authority in my own chat? Be ripped by the end of the week. Be built. Where have you been? Desert Island. To find some crabs, maybe, and take one more papaya. Because she's only found one papaya tree bush plant thing. So she's going to use it. She's not going to use it, like, a lot. What did you eat or drink? Penguin. Penguin. ... Mm-hmm. I see you. She's, she's many bodies washed up on the shore. And she's gonna immediately run back home. She's freaked out. Runses, not runs. Back home. Home. And then she's gonna sit for a few days and think, actually, I need to make use of these bodies. My clothes are in tatters. I need new shoes. And I need a better food source. And she's gonna eventually have to accept using the bodies. Very tasty taco. Oh man, they had a Mexican place on the desert island. Did they? Did they? Okay. And then she's gonna have a bit of a reflection. How she got there. And remembers the cruise. Okay. Chapter 4 is going to have a small time skip in terms of like a day. It's going to be the day after the day after. I'm going to lurk for a bit, my love. I will be back before you're finishing stream. Aw, thank you, Bexy. And yeah, no worries about the lurk. You can lurk anytime. Are you eating? Are you busy? Not Mexican, Irish, very tasty. Milk on tap too. Hey, listen. Milk on tap. Wait. Also, TikTok thinks I'm a young mum. I'm on like TikTok breast pump talk, which I'm sure is someone's fetish, but it's not particularly mine. But it's like women talking about the best products to use for getting breast milk out of themselves, and I'm like, I'm not the demographic. A bit of both. All right, Bexy, no worries, no worries. I'm not the demographic, but to be honest, I do find it quite interesting about the different technologies. There's been some real enhancements made in the last 5 years. I've been on there for a while. There's some crossed wires between like lesbian TikTok and young mum TikTok. And I've gotten tangled in them. Also get recommendations for prams and things. Chapter 4. I'm gonna do a small time skip. Just that there's nothing interesting about the previous day. She's gonna live it exactly the same as she did, but she's going to stay away from the beach.
You stuffed her like a Thanksgiving turkey!
Where did you find that? Thank you for the biddies, though. I'll take them. Like a Thanksgiving turkey! Stay away from the beach. Reflects on the state of her clothing and lack of rescue. As she comes to the understanding that she's gonna be here for a while and she's gonna have to do some things that she doesn't want to do. Especially for the liar liar sound when Jim Carrey mimics instead. Doesn't he say like I want to bounce those things like bongos in one of the outtakes? Honestly, can't blame him. Also the outtake where he makes like a goose. He does like an origami goose by scrunching up a piece of paper. I don't know why, but that killed me. A goose! It's the way he says it. Accepts that she must make some more permanent survival decisions. Give him that moment in the Den of Sin. Oh god, here we go. Oh wait, no, I'm not in the Den of Sin in my phone account. I'm barred from my own Den of Sin. My own Den of Sin in my own Discord. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Where's the den? Oh my god, there's so much in the Den of Sin. Yeah, exactly. Mama! Exactly, pale. If we were stranded on a desert island together, we would not be bored. Do you know what? I quite like the idea of being stranded on a desert island. Here's the thing. I would like to be stranded on a desert island with a bathroom. With a modern bathroom that I can have a shower in and I can go to the toilet normally in. That's my stipulation, but that wouldn't be an authentic experience. I wouldn't be washed up on a desert island with just that convenience, but that would be my stipulation. And the rest of the time I would have a great time just playing in the wilderness and just, you know, trying to build a shelter, trying to figure stuff out, lighting fires, doing cool stuff, just doing that. And that's what I want to do. It'd be so peaceful. Think about falling asleep under the stars. Make that fairly easily. They have to be cold showers, but we could do that. This is true. This is true. I suppose you could set that up pretty easily. If you had a nice big pot, you could have warm showers. We could make that work. As long as there's a stream at a higher elevation. Mm-hmm. Like, I was gonna say like, in the jungle. What is it? I'm a Celebrity. I was gonna say it's like I'm a Celebrity, but I bet they're man-made. Goes back to the beach. And salvages. Okay. She's gonna salvage a large tarp used to be a lifeboat. That's what I'm looking for. She's gonna salvage boots And probably the guy's foot is going to come off with it, you know. You know, I'm going to make it as freaky as possible. Boots. What else can she salvage? She takes a lot of shoelaces, maybe. And she takes some jewelry, though she feels awful about it. But like a metal ring with some shoelaces you can do a lot with that. And have a hot tub. Yeah, hot tub. Hell yeah. Boots, shoelaces, jewelry, what else? What else would people have on them? The cruise is going down. There's life jackets, I guess. But what material? I don't know what they're made of. So I'm going to put a question mark above that. Metal ring and shoelaces. I can think of a few other things to do with those. She's going to get harnessed up. Now, I'm thinking she would use it to, like, make a rope tie thing that around a branch that you can pull up on so that she can lift heavier pieces of wood. Or something like that. Because it's 3 weeks, do you see it? She's going to build herself a nice little shelter. What else do people have? I suppose the gentleman might have ties. There'll be some like scrap metal and things, I guess, that would wash up too. She could probably make a nice little shelter with some scrap metal. A pulley, that's it, for a pulley. I'd still be in a lean-to at 3 weeks, and that is so fair, Pale. You're so fair for that. Hard-ribbed boat. Could be used as a shelter easily. That's true, but I don't want to make it too easy. I want her to struggle. I know it sounds bad, but I want her to struggle. And she's gonna see someone or something. Watching her. Interacting with the bodies. I know the feeling that yeah, Bale. What else? What are you grabbing in emergency? I suppose there could be some medications in somebody's pocket. Meds in someone's pocket. Meds in someone's pocket. Flares? See, that was just too easy. It's too easy. It can't be that easy. I feel like she'd probably take one of, like, the gentleman's shirts and jeans or trousers, maybe, and she can take them back to camp and dry them and have a second set of clothes, maybe. Flares, whistle, condoms, tampons. Do you know, condoms is a good one, actually. They have a lot of survival application. Also gives a nice contrast between, like, sort of a luxury, indulgent cruise to immediately being, like, sort of stranded on a desert island and fighting for your life. Tampons? So do tampons. Tampon. Yeah, full of good ideas, Pale. Tampons, pads. I'm thinking maybe she takes, like, several necklaces and clips them together so she has a long metal string or something. But then would she need that if she had all the shoelaces? Maybe that could be like another good contrast if she makes a line out of necklaces, very expensive gold and silver necklaces and shoelaces, to show that those materials are equal in application on the island. And they never would be elsewhere. Great for piercing wounds and for fire starting. Oh yeah, she's going to get injured at various moments, so all of this is going to have application. Second set of clothes. What else washes up? None of the food on the boat would be packaged, would it? None of the food on the boat would be packaged, and I doubt any of the, like, glass bottled wine or champagne would have made it. Would make it. Sorry, I'm just sitting with my thoughts. Do you know, Bermuda has a lot of rainfall, so I wonder whether she would come across an umbrella. A pocket umbrella. My nan always used to carry a pocket umbrella. God, she would have loved a cruise. Champers might. Champers might. Thinking about it crashing against the rocks, but maybe there's a case of them and they're all smashed but the middle one survives or something. One. Champagne bottle. I want this to be a big highlight to the situation she's in now and the sort of decadence of the cruise. What else? Quick, your boat is sinking. What do you grab? Other than your children. Probably a lot of passports. Passports. You grab your valuables. Lots of wallets. Lots of keys. Lots of money. Again, has no value here. Titty's last chance. I went on. Or is it last chance? Oh, it is last chance. Oh my goodness, we've got like 20 seconds left. All right, I'm going to leave it here. This is an excellent plan. And do you know what? I'm really looking forward at the end of the month to returning to this when we go back to all of our prompts. Because I think this is an excellent start to a story. A slow build, mystery, survival that slowly morphs it into maybe sci-fi, maybe something else, not sure yet. But it's going to feel like sci-fi because the technology is going to be so odd. It's going to be very the Mayans in Nassau from Assassin's Creed, and also the pharmaceutical company working with the aliens on the mystery island of the forest. It's going to be very that. That's what I think. I agree. Oh, plus I want to know the secrets. Well, you're in as much dark as I am because I haven't made them up yet. Right, I am going to end it there. Let me pop on my little screen. And then let's go see if there's someone to raid. I'm Stone Cold Sun. Who's on? Oh, Jinx is still on. Let's go raid Jinx. Jinx. Go raid Jinx, yeah. Go raid my boy. There is someone to rate. Yeah, there is. I'll send you on over to Jinx. You already know Jinx. I don't need to explain Jinx to you. But I hope you all have a lovely time there. I'm going to do some post-stream care and have a look at my blood pressure and all of that again, probably. Not that I'm ruminating on it. But, yeah, I'm probably going to have a look at my health and, oh, pale. That might help with the blood pressure. And then have a chilled out night and do a little bit more writing. You get yourself some good rest. Thank you, Bexy. I hope you all have a lovely evening, and I'll be back on tomorrow. Not sure what with yet. We'll find out. I could go back to Assassin's Creed, not sure. Alright, everybody ready? Let's go! Bye, everyone!